Let me bang.
I do let you bang. Hey,
let me bang you, James, man.
I let you bang. I let you bang.
Greetings, marriage and virgins.
Go for Jesus. No forget Jesus, people.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for your favorite mixed martial arts podcast. Recording out of Los Angeles, California, it's MMA Roasted with Adam Hunter.
Who the fuck is that guy?
You ready to do the podcast?
Partner, I'm doing a little border security. And,
All right, no problem.
man.
We started just to sign on the link, okay?
All
right,
click
man.
on it. Do I click on it or
No, so take care, partner.
on Friday?
What's up, people? Welcome to a brand new MMA Roasted podcast here with the great Bill Dawes, the great Jason Miller, who's coming off a big win. I saw your kid was losing, came back, won, right?
Dude, the fight hadn't even got started enough for him to be losing. He went out there and gave the guy a fucking calf kick. He had it in his head he was going to calf kick this guy, and this guy read that shit and fucking dropped him on his butt cheeks. Bro, way to fucking overcome adversity. He just shook that shit off. The point was, between me, you, and the whole MMA Roasted audience, that guy was in so sick a shape that he came right back in, that really let me know how being in great shape. It reminded me of way back in the day when damn Robbie Lawler dropped me, and I was in such good shape that I just told the referee, I'm fine. I was back awake again. It's something about your lungs getting a lot of oxygen that lets you shake off getting rocked really quickly.
So you think having good cardio helps you recover from a knockout?
I know it does. I know it does. I mean, that was another confirmation right there. Ian had him on a treadmill, classic treadmill workout. It's the same thing that old Randy Couture used to show me how to do. You do 30-second sprint kind of intervals. And the fact that you have more oxygen going to your brain, it gets you to, and conversely, if you're in worse shape, a big blow to the head will make you super slow down, it affects you a lot more. And, for instance, if you cut a lot of weight or something, it makes it easier to rock you because, water has oxygen in it. And if you don't have a lot of water in your brain, then bingo bango, it drops you even easier. So I don't know. He got dropped, but get this. He scrambles into this weird, inverse. He went inverted for a second. He turned his back kind of and then whipped right back around into this leg lock position. And because he did that so much, in the training room, man, Brady just pulls off that inverse heel hook but that guy's career is over for at least 6 months. He's going to be doing some rehab. He
snapped his ACL.
Man, snapped it. I could hear it from the corner, and that was part of the plan, was because we were really, he took the fight on 1 day notice. So because we had a fight the week before, and he was supposed to fight some guy, and up next this guy gets injured or something, and whatever, they had to drop out. And I was like, damn, dude, we went through that whole training camp, and Brady was like, I want to fight. And then Lights Out Promotions just came at us with a tough-ass guy on short notice. And Brady's a warrior. He's like, I'll take it. I'm like, oh, man. All right, fucking let's do it. And so we trained for a completely different kind of fight. On top of that, the guy, he's a wrestler from Kazakhstan. So we know, okay, wrestler guy. So get ready for takedown. Well, he's been training at AKA for this whole 6 some odd weeks, and so he's styles himself a kickboxer now, and he slugged him, and Brady was not ready for that, but we were ready for that because the training was so good that he just went right into that leg lock position immediately. immediately. It was awesome, man.
So this
I'm
is
still
Mayhem's,
flying high off that.
Guy Mayhem's training named Brady Huang. I think it's Huang. Now you said that he had it in his mind to go for a calf kick and then got taken down. So should you not?
No, not taken down. No, stung with like a big right hand. The guy wound up and threw like a sidearm baseball pitch right at his head and dinked him good. He didn't even have. It was one of those that you didn't even see.
So should you not have something in your mind and then kind of see what's out there first, or have something in your mind?
Yeah, I think this is one of those wins that's also a learning experience. Where he was really bummed out that I got dropped. He said, "Did I get dropped?" And I was like, "Yes." Ian was like, "Yeah." Oh man, he didn't even realize. The training took over. He just got right into it. Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. He had this in his head. I'm gonna go get calf kick him. Okay, all right, but he did it and then didn't set it up. He did it. He was landing it good. It was an effective strike, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good one." But he did it again and again and became sort of complacent with his hands, and didn't punch to set it up. I think he wasn't really warmed up yet, and that guy just slung that big one at him. And, like I said, I think it's fucking awesome that he overcame that, man. Because a lesser man in worse shape would have just fucking gave up, or just kind of took a mental break. But instead, he just kept scrambling and kept scrambling. It was dope. It was dope.
I love that. So I had a crazy week. So I go to my last week. I went to Canada to open for Russell in Montreal and in a couple other places in Ottawa and Moncton. So I was gonna get picked up by Russell's assistant to go to the airport, and he was coming with us. And it was an 8 o'clock flight, and then I'm looking the flight got delayed to 11 to 12. I'm like, great, I can go to my daughter's recital. And a couple years ago, by the way, one of her singing recitals for Christmas, one of the kids threw up, got nervous and threw up all over a couple other kids, right? And then the teachers, because the kids are freaking out, teachers tried to distract everyone by singing Feliz Navidad, in the corner, which made it even more, So anyway, I'm late. We're rushing the airport. Flight gets delayed. I went from 2 flights to 3 flights. So I had to overnight in Toronto. And then I ended up going, flying. And so I'm going to my seat, and there's a couple in my seat. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of times people just take your window seat. And they're like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know," but they knew. They know. I feel like you almost always know. But so I was like, "Hey, guys, sorry, but this is my seat." And I was already freaked out because my flight left at 7 and I woke up at 6 o'clock, and I was still in the hotel. So I had to race, blah blah blah, sprinting, the whole thing. Okay, so then the lady goes, "Oh, we're gonna be a second because he's a paraplegic," and I'm like, great. So now I'm kicking a paraplegic. Now I'm just
You're making that up.
You piece of shit, Adam. You're a piece of shit.
So then I didn't know it was him. So I'm like, hey, you know what? You can
sure. You didn't know his gimpy little legs dangling over the seat.
No, the lady goes, no, you pay for the window. I go, no, just stay there. The guy goes, no, it's okay. The guy's got one leg, and now he's hopping around the plane, right? So now everyone's looking at me like I'm the biggest asshole for kicking a one-legged guy. And I'm trying to tell the guy to stay. I'm like, no, it's okay. And
at least you didn't challenge. At least you didn't challenge.
Bad
at least you didn't
reception.
challenge into an ass-kicking contest.
I probably would have lost that. I probably would have
None of my
gapped.
jokes are landing because AT&T.
So
No, that's a good joke. I get the joke.
of course, right? So then we do the show, right? And I'm in Montreal. I'm at the hotel, and all of a sudden I'm on the phone with my wife, and she's flipping out because I told you the old lady next door got robbed, and they took a bunch of stuff. But they left weed there, but they took all alcohol, her clothes, this and that. So now my wife went out and got a big dog, right? But she got a little dog. It's going to be a big dog. It's a Great Pyrenees, which becomes, right now it's 11 pounds. It's going to be 150 pounds, right?
Yeah, those things are huge.
Dude, so now
Bro, you got to train this dog, dude. This is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, you can't just have a giant dog and not train it.
100-pound dog, and your little ass wife and your man, bud. Oh my! You need to take a break from the road for a minute and coach this dog. I'm gonna have to coach you how to coach this dog. It needs to be well properly trained, or it's gonna jerk your fucking arm out of the socket when you walk it, bro. I've had a poorly trained big dog before. Oh my god! It just eats your whole house. It doesn't do. You can't do shit. Yeah, so
it was
really
already
needs
eating
to
the
be
walls.
trained.
It was already eating the walls, and now I guess these dogs are bred to guard chickens and bunnies. So now it just paroles outside the chickens. I mean, no, you're supposed to protect us. Instead, it's protecting the chickens. Like it took its assignment, right? So then, while I'm talking to my wife, who's mad at me and yelling at me, all of a sudden, Secret Service in Canada is like, out of the way, and I see Justin Trudeau walk by, right? So. Yeah. So like 5 minutes later, I'm like, Russell, Justin Trudeau's here. He's like, oh, did you tell him that you know me? I'm like, no, I couldn't even. The Secret Service. He's like, oh, I'm friends with him, right? So then we're talking, and he walks back, and Russell's like, Justin, and Russell and Justin, oh, Russell, what's going on? And they're talking and hugging, and he's like, oh, what are you doing here? I got a show. The guy, so he's like, I'll come to your show tomorrow, right? So the next day we drive to Ottawa. We're playing like where the Ottawa hockey team plays. What are the
Senators?
Ottawa, yeah,
God damn, man.
Yeah. Senators, right? So then, like, I asked Russell's brother, who's his tour manager and / manager / whatever. I go, can I do my Trudeau jokes? Because I have a joke where the first time I ever did cocaine, actually, why I stopped doing cocaine was this guy was like, hey, you want to do? He was a celebrity. He's like, you want to hang out? We go to this club. We're having to do a couple lines. Then he's like, buddy, I really want to suck your dick. And I was like, this is a true story. And I was like, thank you, but I'm into women. He goes, no problem. He goes, he calls this girl, this beautiful girl shows up. He goes, how about she blows you while I do you from behind? And I'm like, we're getting closer. But there's still too many people in this story right now. And that was the last time I hung out with Justin Trudeau, right? So that's like... So that's the joke, but I changed it to wherever I am. Like if I'm in, Ted Cruz, if I'm in Texas, right? Or Mike Pence, if I'm right. So Russell's brother's like, yeah, don't do the Trudeau jokes and don't point them out because the whole place will it'll become a whole thing, right? So I get off stage, I have a fucking great set, like 15,000 people. It's fucking it's like the high that you've never. It's like all right. So then. His brother's like, hey, you want to meet Trudeau? And I'm like, sure. So I go backstage and Trudeau's there with Russell. A couple of he goes, hey man, you fucking chickened out. He goes, he didn't say fucking. He goes, hey man, you chickened out. I thought you were gonna make a joke about me. I guess because Russell told him the joke.
That's funny.
And I'm like, no, I didn't tell him because he told me not. And I like, no, Russell's brother. So then I'm talking to Trudeau, nicest guy. He's with his son. His son's like 6'3", in high school with his girlfriend. And I asked his son plays basketball, and I'm like, do you ever get targeted because of who your dad is? Do kids ever try to? And he said, oh well, back. He's like, now it motivates me, but before kids would try to talk all this shit and this and that because of who my dad's the prime minister. He goes, that's why I stopped going to away games. And then Trudeau's like, why am I hearing about this now? He didn't even know. And then I asked him because I know he had a boxing match. So I was like, how'd you do in your boxing match? He's well, I've been boxing for 30 years. And then Russell goes, oh, I do jujitsu now. Dude, no joke. Trudeau pulls guard, jumps on, we're backstage. He jumps.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He pulls
What
guard.
the fuck?
He jumps, he puts his legs in the air. He goes, oh, I do jiu-jitsu. I'm scary. Starts taunting Russell. They almost had a grapple.
Of course, Trudeau is a butt scooter.
Wait, did Trudeau get on his back?
Got on his back.
Oh my God.
Threw his legs in the air. And
that's funny as fuck. By the way, that is funny.
So I get it. Yeah, so this guy was he was fucking around. He was making fun of jiu-jitsu then. Okay.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're so aggressive. Good. I've literally done that on stage. I mean, now it sounds hacky as fuck, but I've done that on stage before where I tell people, and they're, oh yeah, you do jiu-jitsu, you black belt. And I go, yeah, you don't want to fuck with me. And I just go on my back and put my legs up. And
I don't want to say
it's an easy laugh.
Have the whole jiu-jitsu community now attack Trudeau, all of a sudden. But
I mean, listen, buddy, when I saw the picture of you and him on the thing, I sprinted to the comments section because I knew that everybody was just
everybody. Dude, people are writing
on you.
People are writing me I'd rather have you take a picture with Hitler. Dude, I I have someone goes, hey, he's my cousin, but if like he lived out here, he'd understand it. It actually really is my cousin. I never met this guy before because it's like my mom who left when I was 3. Like, dude, and then like, dude, the tour is going so well that like no matter what happens anytime anything good happens in my life, I think I'm gonna fuck it up or I think it's gonna end. Like whether it's my relationship with my wife, my kid, like I think they're gonna leave. Or this tour is so much fun, and it's like. I'm like, oh, I thought I was gonna get kicked off because of the hair gel incident where I left hair on I left gel on the thing, or like, I'm like, I didn't want to do the Trudeau jokes. I'm like, if I do it, it pisses him off. So then Russell's buddy was like, why do you always think that you're gonna get kicked off the tour? I'm like, bro, I have abandonment issues. My mom left when I was 3. I haven't seen her since I was 3. As much as I want to like, say that it's not a thing, I always think something good that's gonna happen is gonna end. So then Russell tells everyone at the airport I have abandonment issues. Like we like check we're late for the flight.
Damn.
He's like, he has
And they all left you?
yeah, dude. So anyway, yeah. So he was really, really cool. Trudeau was actually like a good dude. Like I know people hate him and blah 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 blah. Politics aside, when he jumped on his back and he was like, "Come on!" Like that was funny. I mean, would you ever think a prime minister would do that?
I would have took a tour. I would have Toriando that motherfucker and then put my knee on his chest. I would have been like, and then his secret security would have got me. I would have been like, shit, my bad.
What's
back to jail for me.
What's Toriando? What does that mean?
It's just a pass. It's just a guard pass.
It's like basically like hold the guy's ankles and step sideways, so he can't put his guard back.
I think it means like bullfighter, right? So it's like your bullfighter. Like, you step to the side and move the cape.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, man, so that kid, right? Yeah. So I did a show last night. It was me. It was David Spade. Who was it? It was Howie Mandel, Arsenio Hall. It was like just a great show at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood, right? Super happy to be on it. Mike Binder, who very, very brilliant writer, director, comedian, put me on it. So then all of a sudden I hear like yelling, and I'm like, that fucking voice sounds familiar. Someone's yelling back there. Like I'm like, dude, there's like a crazy person back there screaming at somebody. So then I recognize it, and then all of a sudden, Howie Mandel brings up your friend, that guy that interviewed you. What's that kid's name? The Israeli kid, right?
Is he Iraqi or Israeli?
I think
or
he's Israel.
I don't know. Is he Jewish?
Is he mentally handicapped? I mean, honestly, or is it all a gag?
I mean, definitely.
Well, Howie Mandel, right? So Howie Mandel brings him on stage. That kid who did the interview, the one that Mayhem and him did his podcast. He's got a huge podcast.
His name is Matan. I said it like 10 times.
Yeah, Matan. I know, but I think Bill was talking at the same time, or one of us talking at the same time.
That is Israeli name, by the way. Yes.
Matan, right?
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe he is Israeli.
So he goes on at the Laugh Factory, sold out show, and does the same joke 12 times in a row. And it's this long ass joke, right? Where he goes, I was eating dinner and blah, blah, blah. And then I go out and I ordered food. And the guy says to me, do you see food? And I go, I see food. I eat it. Right. And then he goes, and then I went to another restaurant and does another 5-minute version of seafood. I see food and I eat it. Dude, this goes on and on. Right.
I think it's funny as fuck, by the way.
I would say.
Yeah. Listen, buddy, he's filling a space that needs to be filled. We need like this weird ass fucking guy,
Andy Kaufman type of thing.
Dude, a fourth of the crowd was dying. Like maybe less. Like maybe a smaller percentage was like crying. They knew who he was, and there were a lot of people looking around, going, like, what is going on, right? And I was like, oh, McCorkle would have been dying. Mayhem would have been like. This podcast, Don would have been confused. What
the hell is he doing?
By the way, so Jason, you know how that girl robbed me and 100 people, and I'm still out $2,400. I've never been paid back. Anyway, I'm taking her to small claims court, right? And I had to get it.
Hilarious.
What a pain in the ass, right? But I have to get her served. Are you allowed to serve people, Jason?
Yeah.
Like,
definitely. Bro, I'm off parole and everything. I can travel the whole damn country. I'm good.
Do you need a license for this or?
No, just fucking do a proper service. Take a photo of them. I'm pretty sure.
Because I think about
I
doing
got served with a lawsuit by like a mentally handicapped person, like wearing a fucking boxing helmet. It was like he was ready for me to fucking sock him. Swear
That's
to God,
hilarious.
Bill, why were you
Came
wearing
to
a
the
boxing
gym.
helmet?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I said. I think he was afraid that I was gonna fucking cock him one, like, you know what I mean? Cold cock his ass. I think he was worried. He was literally wearing like a fucking boxing helmet. Like, he came to the gym and we're like, Jason Miller, you're served. And he ran away. I was like, oh my God.
Because I'm thinking about having Mayhem on Christmas Eve, dress up as Santa Claus, serving.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you got to record it. We got to film it. That's genius.
Well, obviously.
So yeah. By the way, McCorkle just texted me. I love to the podcast. By the way, I still haven't got the footage. He told me he was going to send me the footage yesterday. He goes, the sound's fucked up. You guys should have been mic'd. Is there any way Ween Dog, everyone who wants to know where Ween Dog is, he has a job now where he can't do MMA Roasted podcast, unfortunately, but he still does.
What?
He does.
Wait, what? Don't skip over that. What are you talking about?
He works for like a super conservative. Anyway, so he's not. I don't know. So that's where Ween Dog's in, but he still does the audio, and I love him to death. And he still does sometimes also when I want like memes made of people, funny memes. Yeah, he's like my guy. He's brilliant with.
Well, Ween Dog could probably be on MMA Roasted if he just didn't make the crudest, worst jokes on earth. If he could just stop himself from finger banging his own ass on air, like, you know, what a weird dude.
Dude, there was a time like right when like the riots happened, and I think we had Rashad Evans on, and he came on the podcast, and Ween Dog said to him like, "Hey, I just ordered chicken, and is it bad?" And the delivery driver was black. Is it bad that I checked to see if any was taken? And Rashad hung up, and I'm like, "What are you fucking? Why would you do that?"
No. He went, I'm done. And me and Adam were like, what? And like, he's like, nah. He was like, I had enough. No, I'm done. And then hung up.
Oh God.
I was like, oh my God. And like, Adam had to be like, dude, or we won't release the episode.
I had to apologize to, and I love Rashad. He's like, I had to apologize.
Me too. I love.
Has he done it again?
Damn.
He has done it. He has done it again.
Yeah.
They did it since.
You know what though? But like, see, but you're, you know, if that was all it was, I don't remember what it was, but it was worse than that. And because it made me cringe.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty relaxed, like with racial jokes. I think you could go.
That's not even a funny joke.
It was like the joke wasn't funny.
No, but
yeah, it wasn't funny.
Rashad's a great guy.
You know, he did it worse than that too.
Rashad's a great guy, but he's also one of those dudes of like anyone else, man. I mean, Mayhem, same way. Like there's just certain things you just don't fuck with them on.
Would it have been funny if you said, I wanted to check to see if they were fried? Would that have been funny?
There was really nothing saving this podcast for Rashad Evans, but
no, definitely not. It wasn't funny at all.
Oracle hit me up. He goes, "Hey man, I'd love to be on the show today, but I can't because I'm spending a fortune on my dog." He said his gay dog, but he used different words. Broken because Robin won't listen to what I say. I'm at the animal. The dog, his gay dog broke the jaw. I guess something happened at the emergency. Contemplating a second mortgage to pay for surgery for a gay dog. So that's where McCorkle is. So McCorkle got dogs to breed, and the main alpha dog is gay.
Wait, that's not the white dog, is it?
No.
The big bully that we saw.
Yeah, the big bulldog
with a giant dick. And I know you made fun of me for noticing his giant dick, but he had like a 12-inch fucking dick.
But he only wants to hump male dogs. And McCorkle's tried to like make him like not gay or bisexual by like putting on like doggy porn and like all the, and there's nothing he can do.
No, he's not.
Yes, he has. He's put on like music, like dog music, like all this shit he's trying to make him so because he's trying to breed him. And the dog only wants to hump male dogs.
He should rub the dog in like he should rub the females in male scent, you know, maybe put a fucking spiked collar on them, like make it like a leather daddy kind of nipple, you know, like put a mustache on the female.
He's playing Barkback Mountain, just all kinds of
shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Can male dogs, can they get their penises and male buttholes?
Yeah, of course. No,
They can?
It's like
They
a
can have
power
anal
thing.
sex?
Of course.
Why? They can't spit on their paw and do anything. How'd they get it in there?
Yeah, I know. What is this? Yeah, this is like a whole different. This is new to me.
I think
I
they
didn't
can have
realize
anal
the
sex. I don't
dogs
know.
actually had
I think
anal intercourse.
he just wants to hump. All right, so let's talk about. By the way, here's Don Frye in the waiting room. For both MMA Roasted and Heaven. Okay, so Don, how are you?
I'm good, partner. How you girls doing?
Don, they're talking about McCorkle. McCorkle is having a rough time because he spent like $20,000 to breed dogs, and it only wants to bang male dogs, like the main male dog. Doesn't want to have sex with any of the girls.
Well, he is a California boy, so yeah, go when in Rome, do this here.
I like how I'm looking right at Don's cauliflower ear.
Oh my God, that's nice.
If anything I say is actually getting through to that cauliflower ear. By the way, so the fights last week, right? Did I tell you about the piggy bank? The last thing about kid? Did I tell you about
No?
So my daughter lost a tooth, right? And she's like, "Oh, the tooth fairy is coming," right? So she's all excited, and I realized I had no loose change. Like I had no dollars, $5. So I went and like I took.
It was $100 bill, huh?
I took money from her piggy bank. And like I'm gonna replace it, but like so now I stole money. I'm just hoping now she doesn't count the money in the piggy bank because I took money from the piggy bank into her, and then so it's just I feel like kind of like a bad parent there.
Tooth fairy making change.
My daughter has $300 in her piggy bank. I don't know what the hell her mom is doing.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's really funny.
I swear to God, I was like,
my daughter too, and she's got money from India and places that I went. I'm like, dude, you didn't go to India and Egypt. Like, she's obviously going through my wallet. Anyway, by the way, so the fights last week. Did everyone watch the fights?
Yes.
Don, you watched the fights last week?
No, I didn't get an opportunity to.
What were you doing?
Oh hell, what was I doing? Saturday night. Was that the night? No, that was the night before. Oh, I went to we had the PJs on Friday night, and then Saturday night we went up to Chandler because they had. Can you all hear me properly?
Yeah.
Okay, because they had the Arizona National Guard was having their ball, end of year ball, to celebrate, aviation. This is their aviation chapter of the Arizona National Guard.
Oh, by the way, how was the party?
How was the party? I'm so curious. Did your daughter hook up with a commando?
They went really well. One guy tried picking up on Katie really hard, and her cousin gave the guy back to his hotel. Well, you want to come up? Going, no. He kept trying to, push drinks on her. So I don't really drink, and he kept. So finally, they said, "Okay, we'll park the car. You get out here at the lobby. We'll go park the truck." And so he got out, and they took off.
Wait, all right. So an Air Force guy tried to pick up on your daughter, and you just dropped him in the middle of nowhere and took off?
No, her and her cousin did, not me. I had nothing to do with it.
That's great. She sounds awesome.
Why would you try to pick up Don? Now, did he know that he knew that was your daughter? He didn't care?
Yeah, he knew. Yeah. Well, hell, I made the introduction when her and her cousin showed up, at the party. Yeah. I made the mass introduction to everybody.
What an asshole. You don't try to pick up Don Frye's daughter.
Crap. I can't hear a thing anybody's saying.
What is that guy thinking trying to pick up your daughter?
I have no idea, but she wasn't buying it. Whatever he was selling, she wasn't buying it.
Good. By the way, this comic told me before we go into the fights, so he was doing comedy on a cruise ship, and somebody jumped off the cruise ship like during his set, like to kill themselves. Yeah. And then they kept making announcements during his set of like, man overboard, attention, man. Like, and I was Like how bad was your set? Where fucking people
Exactly. What was the joke?
I don't know.
It was probably a seafood I eat it joke. He probably just did that 10 times.
It probably was the seafood I eat it. Yeah, you're 100%. All right, so Pantoja won. I think he's just on a different level. This 125-pound champion. It kind of sucks that he's 125 because he doesn't get the credit that if he was like 145 or 170 or 185. But this kid's on a different level. Mayhem, what do you think?
Yeah, definitely. But also, man, like, because what? It's just every time there was a ground fight, it was like over with, sort of. It's like that Brazilian magic in there. The guy couldn't handle it. Yeah, and on top of that the fighter he fought, this guy, what's his name? Carol, whatever. He got a lot of he got a lot of knockouts in Ryzen or whatnot, but that was not happening with Pantoja. Like the guy is mastered. I think you said it right, on another level. Like he really is. And it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. He's in the weight class where nobody gives a shit for some reason. It's weird.
We all love going to live events. I love going to college football games. I still remember seeing Vince Young run for like 19,000 yards back in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. It was incredible. It was Michigan versus Texas. I love going to WNBA games, NBA games, fights, boxing matches. Okay, nothing like going to a live event. And you got to check out Game Time. Okay, Game Time, they have a new feature that's called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff. So you only the incredible deals on great seats. You don't have to waste your time searching through thousands of tickets. That's such a waste of time. And then it's like, oh, you only have 6 minutes left and then you can't remember your code. What a pain in the ass. Not going to happen when you have Game Time, okay? What you do is you pick an event, you scroll through it, you look at it, and the prices go down as the event gets closer, which is awesome. I've gotten deals for I've seen games for like $11, $15, $20, where like parking is literally more expensive than the actual seeing the event. All right. And they actually have a parking thing too, where you could buy cheap parking. So check it out. Go to the Game Time app. Check it out. Check out Game Time Picks. Curation makes it even easier to save more on sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. They have all-in pricing, so you're not paying for one thing and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, this is $100. Oh no, it's $500. What a pain in the ass. They have lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% the difference. I mean, who does that? They have ticket coverage. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. That's right. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game time.
Like, I don't know. They got to do something promotionally to get, because as I understand, he has like a cool backstory. Like he's from the hood, right? It's like a weird, he like fought his way up from the hood. So I don't know. They got to do a better job of painting a better picture for an obvious star. Because I don't think anyone's beating him for a minute. I don't know. You know what? There's a couple of guys I know in LA that might be able to beat him, but they don't have as much experience as he does. So he's going to have that benefit for a good little while, you know? We'll see.
Now, Don and Mayhem. Don, is it easier to knock a guy out in the cage or the ring?
It doesn't matter. I mean, you connect with their chin or their jaw, properly, and they're going down. I mean, I think the cage holds them up a little bit more, so you can get in a few more licks, because the wall's just an extension of the floor, or the floor's an extension of the wall, however you want to look at it. And so you just hold your target up for you.
Jason, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah, that's a good assessment, because sometimes, like, when you get a guy against ring ropes, their butt cheeks can go through the ring ropes, sort of, and they like, I don't know, make a avoidance kind of moves. But when you're in the cage, yeah, your back is flat on there. Yeah, that's a good assessment.
But as far as takedowns, probably the cage is better, right?
I don't know. I had success in the ring because, again, like you can like push the guy's body through, and you can use the ropes to bounce the guy off of a bit. You know, I like the when I was taking
anyone who doesn't
down,
think this is the most dysfunctional podcast, Don comes late, right? And then you could hear him. He leaves the screen, and you hear him playing with his dog while Jason is giving his experience that he's actually had in a ring. So during the assessment of Mayhem talking, I hear,
Yeah, I know. I thought I was taking a shit.
I'm making coffee. Sorry about that.
I can hear your dog though.
No, my dog's back home in Arizona. I didn't get to bring her.
Oh, so what was that sound of?
That was Don.
That was Don. That was Don making coffee.
Trying to unscrew the coffee top on this.
That was Don trying to figure out technology.
Are you using your ball sack to fucking strain the coffee? Is that what's going on? Like, is that?
Oh, you've had my coffee before.
Dude, Don Frye's coffee, I'd buy that in a heartbeat. Imagine drinking coffee that Don Frye supports, and you can put like he puts his ball sack in the coffee to make you a fucking man.
Oh yeah, you should sell that. Sharks. I want a 5% equity. Yeah,
I would actually drink that. I would drink Mayhem Miller coffee too. Like, make you more wired than fucking anything.
You're gonna be able to pass narcotics test for 10 years.
Yeah, made with real methamphetamine. Mayhem methamphetamine.
What would the Sean McCorkle coffee be?
A lot of tears.
You would not.
A lot of tears.
You couldn't stand next to Wada for 6 months of his McCorkle coffie.
It would make you text fucking articles to people, and then if people don't respect, McCorkle will send us like, I'll be like, hey man, I'm doing Gutfeld. He's like, oh, let me help you some jokes, dude. His jokes are like 9 paragraphs. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna I can't memorize fucking Hamlet for like one payoff, right? And then if you don't respond to him within 4 seconds, he goes, man, that bombed. I'm like, dude, it's not that it bombed. I was like watching my kids play or something. Like I was driving. I didn't have time to fucking read the Declaration of Independence. By the way, so Theo Von was by himself at the fights, and everyone's like, what a fucking true MMA fan. Holy shit. When I go by myself, I'm a loser. I'm not around near people. Like, fucking, I have no friends. When fucking Theo goes, he's a legitimate. He acts anyway. Now Ian Gary's fight, by the way. Ian
Good
Gary,
fight.
I thought he kind of won by losing. Because
I agree.
Big underdog, and I almost think also when you win the 5th round. So Don, he was 2 undefeated guys, and one guy had just beaten everyone in the 1st round. Everyone, he was just running through it. The other guy from England, Ian Gary, kind of a hot shot. People thought maybe he was carefully match made a little bit, and he lost the first, I think, 3 rounds, might have won the 4th or maybe won the 3rd, whatever. And the 5th round, he almost submitted him. He had him in a rear naked choke, and a lot of
with the body lock.
A lot of people would have tapped. And I think he almost won by losing. Bill, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, look, when you get that body triangle, someone, you have a rear naked choke, you have it sunk in. That's impressive to get on a guy like Shoutout. You know what I mean? That's really. So I think people were discounting him, but now I don't think you can. In Garrett, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but also that's a testament to Shoutout's conditioning, because like if you're that deep in it, you know, it looked deep. It looked like he had that body like squeezing the life out of him, you know, and it was one of those things where that guy is in super good shape to not tap, you know, because I was saying earlier, like lesser men quit, you know. Yeah, and you're right. Ian Gary won a lot of fans with that loss. You know, me and Don talked about it at the seminar. Sometimes you'll gain a boatload of fans, like in a performance where you didn't win, but you gave it your all, you know.
Was that your GSP fight?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. Because I was so bummed, but I just got a boatload of fans because I never quit. I never thought about quitting. I never, I just took a beating and just kept coming forward every time, every chance I could. I tried to. I was in there the whole time, like I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win at some point. And yeah, time ran out, and I didn't.
You were also
win,
laughing while the guy was
that's
punching
like
you in
part
the
of the
face.
game.
You're also laughing hysterical while someone's punching you in the face. And then Joe Rogan said you had retard strength on the broadcast.
Oh yeah,
So I think all
it was
that
a simpler time.
Was GSP the toughest guy you ever faced?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Well, also because I didn't really fight at 170. They suddenly, Dana made me go to 170 to be in the UFC, so I had to do it, and so it's super tough. Like half the battle was cutting weight, trying to die to get in there and be completely shredded. It's like a weird experience all the way around.
Don, I noticed that you've never lost a close fight.
Right. Either losing big time or I won a big time, yeah.
That's pretty cool, though.
I only had 2 fights that went the distance,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then one of them you were like 60.
160.
So did you guys see the Conor McGregor reaction? So after how do you say the guy's name that beat Ian Gary?
Shavkat.
Right. After Shavkat won, Bilal Muhammad, they tried to get him in the octagon. And I guess they didn't know who he was. So then Joe Rogan says out loud, "Oh, security doesn't know he's the champion," right? Which didn't really do any Bilal. And I don't think he. I'm sure he didn't know. He wasn't doing it on purpose. Like that wasn't a Rogan being a dick. Like security just didn't know he was a champion, and Rogan was just kind of calling it out,
Yeah.
But Conor McGregor made a video of that. Did you guys see the video?
No.
Yeah,
Right.
I saw that he made some reaction. It was like screaming out of his mind.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, here we go.
Conor really is a buck ass wild. No, and I've already seen even deeper than this. I've seen Bilal's reaction to Conor's reaction
Yes.
to his. Like he was on Jake Shields' podcast, talking shit to Conor McGregor. That would be a nice fight. I think Conor will get obliterated.
So well, let's start with Conor's reaction.
The security doesn't know he's the champ. Look at the state of this cunt. The security doesn't know he's the champ. Oh, no, I'm not surprised, motherfucker. Oh, mate. He is an asshole, I think. I'm a fan of... Shut your mouth, you little dope. You barely got into the ring. You don't even know you're the champ, you tick. Who's this fucking guy? Who the fuck is that guy in the security? Stop, man. 2 hours, boy, yeah.
All right. So first of all, what's that? Is that Don? Is that you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
me. I'm breathing. Having a hard time breathing today.
Oh man, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just
All right.
a little difficulty.
So Mayhem, you've done drugs before. How many drugs is Conor McGregor on right now?
I mean, at least 2.
is that cocaine talk or alcohol or
Yes.
That's a cocaine alcohol combination, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's the combo. Everybody used to tell me a cocaine and alcohol, it like synthesizes into like one thing in your bloodstream, like a new chemical, and gives like a double effect of whatever's going on. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think on the Adam Carolla show, I would be afraid to say that he's on cocaine because I'm afraid I'll get sued. But on this one, I don't know. I don't think we're getting sued. You think we're going to get sued?
No, nobody watches this.
Yeah.
It's a snowball. It's a snowball. Slurpee.
We could use the press, by the way.
Yeah, we could use the press.
It's more just us catching up for the week and we record it.
I love this show. I don't give a shit.
I've given up on trying to get this show popular. Now I'm just doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, doing it for the love, baby.
Maybe after
God.
after I die, if something happens to me, people will come back and listen to these shows and be like,
No, this is all be focused on Dateline after Don Frye dismembers you and puts you in his Arizona ranch.
Don Frye is the nicest human being. I have never met a guy with a bigger heart than Don Frye. Brother Don, I'm like practicing for your funeral. I love
Need somebody say something nice.
I love
Don't
Don
say
Frye
that shit.
like anything. I would let Don stay at my house if Don ever needed anything. Don is one of my favorite people in the world. Like,
Thank you.
nobody makes me smile during the week thinking about another person like Don Frye. In fact, the other day, something happened with my dog, and my wife goes, "Oh, it sounds like that Macho Man." And I thought she meant like the Macho Man, right? She meant, no, that guy on your podcast. So now you're known as the Macho Man on the, I'm like, you're the actual Macho Man. So
That's a good compliment.
oh, 100%. Now, Marab, did you guys see what happened with Marab?
Oh,
No.
So
No,
Marab got
wait,
into
what?
Marab, the champion, Marab Dabashabi, who beat, he's the champion now at 135. So he got into a fight with someone while Aljamain was walking out either after the fight with a fan.
Oh yeah, I saw
Or
that.
I don't know if it was before or after, but he got into an altercation with the fan, right? In which they asked Dana about it. And Dana was like, look, listen, Marab's that guy. Say something to him. I can't believe that's Don's stomach. I've never heard of a sound like that. Then Marab, right? Marab commented on him punching. I guess he punched somebody. The guy was part of a Dagestani crew and blah blah blah. But now, Jason, what do you think about Marab's attitude? Is this going to get him? Is this a dangerous way to live? Because
maybe, yeah, but here's the thing. I don't know the situation. Like at this stage, you're the champ, okay? Really, you need look. I know what it's like, okay? Because I've gotten in fucking street fights and brawls and stuff. All right, in public, people get drunk and they act like they can fight, and he's not a heavyweight. What he needs is a like big mountain of a man to go in public with him, not to fight, but just to deter the average human from getting too close to him. He needs to save himself. I used to have a big dude that would just hang out with me to save me from beating the shit out of other people. Like his job wasn't to really hold other people back. It was to hold me back from killing them because, people got attitudes and people get brave during fights. I don't know the situation, but
this
I do
is Marab's
know.
attitude. This is his attitude turning it, right? So he goes again.
Hey, I'm a man first. And then if you come to my face and if you disrespect me, you're going to get slapped. And don't try that, because I'm a man and I will never forgive you. Even if I have to go jail, I don't care, man. I don't care. I have so much to lose. I don't care this belt. I don't care this money. I don't care this legacy. I'm a man. I live respectful way. And so I will leave that. I don't care. I don't care this, And especially now I'm a U.S. citizen.
So
I get what he's saying. Like, and I totally empathize. Like, I'm the same way in a way where I wish society would be like, I don't fucking go out of my way to be aggressive at anyone at all. Because I know that there's serious consequences for things. But like other people don't live by that code. People who think they're tough guys, whatever, like who have some insecurity, they'll go out of their way to get in a fight or something like that. But if a fight comes to us, we'll do it. Yeah, I know what he's getting at, and he like lives by a code of honor, and he expects the rest of society to change and be like him, but they're not there yet. They're not there.
At the same time,
That's just how it is.
But him saying, "I don't care if I go to jail," is that someone who has been to jail saying that?
Listen, you go to prison for a good stretch, and you'll be like, maybe I should clean up my act and fucking not slap the shit out of everybody who disrespects me. Because it's not a winning game. Like, it would be great if like all of society lived by a code. All right, well, I picked a fight with that guy. He beat the shit out of me. Let me go fucking lick my wounds. But the way America is I'm calling the cops and I'm gonna sue you and I'm gonna serve papers to you at the gym with a retard with the helmet on, and this is how life is. Like, I'm gonna make money off of you. Like, that's how he's making himself a target. Shit, I'm gonna fucking go get slapped by Marab so I could sue him and steal his gold belt.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Marab, listen, you came from the guy came from nothing. He came to the U.S. I think he was working as a busboy in Brooklyn. He couldn't find a gym. He had like a bicycle and like $20 in his pocket. And now you're the champ of the world. Don't let anyone take that from you, dude. Like if I'm his friend, I'm sitting him down and I'm going, listen, okay, you don't want to be in jail. You don't want to get sued. And you came, I mean, what it does it matter? Does it matter? You're not getting paid to smack this guy. At the same time, maybe the attitude that he has right now is what got him to be the champion. So, it's
a different
also,
mentality.
it didn't really hurt. It didn't hurt Connor's, bankability that he got in so many fights. He hijacked a bus. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Destroyed a bus. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's so damn charismatic. He can get away with it, though.
Yeah, that's true.
What did you guys think of the Gane Volkov? So they had a fight, right? Cyril Gane versus Volkov, right, Don? So the guy Volkov pretty much clearly won, I thought, and to the point where after the fight, the other guy puts his head down and walks out of the octagon in tears, and then they announce that he won. So he has to go back in there and do a press conference after he thought he lost. Like, he was out. He was beating himself up, mad that he lost until he found out he won. And then Dana White goes to the other guy and goes, you won. We're going to make it right. We're going to make it right. Don't worry. I don't know what's up with these judging, that kind of thing. Jason, what were you thinking?
Yeah, but another thing, though, that you didn't mention, though, apparently afterwards, Cyril Gane's foot was broken. So he was leaving because his fucking foot was broken. He didn't want to stand there. They showed some x-rays, and it looks gnarly.
I didn't see that.
His foot is definitely, So, that's the other thing. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe he thought he lost, but he definitely has a broken foot and wanted to probably leave out of there as soon as possible.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. Also, so that guy Bryce Mitchell won, right? So they bring in Crone Gracie, who's like a legacy, one of the great Gracies. His father's who? Who's his father?
Hickson.
Hickson's his father, right?
Yeah.
So the guy's on a losing streak. They bring him back to the UFC to fight that guy Bryce Mitchell, the guy you like, Don, the guy from Tennessee or Arkansas who believes the earth is flat, who named his kid after Tucker Carlson, who's hilarious, who accidentally drilled his ball sack, he put a drill into his nutsack and was bleeding because of it. He jerked off into James Krause's sock. I mean, the guy's a pretty entertaining guy, right? He was trying to get everyone to boycott his ex-girlfriend's tattoo place anyway. So the Gracie is getting taken down and beaten up the whole fight. In the third round, not only does he pull guard, he jumps into Bryce.
Jumps crazy.
Jumps into him. So Bryce just kind of frames him like this and just lands on the guy, spikes him, comes up, 1-2, Krung with his elbows. Krung's eyes go to the back of his head. Meanwhile, I'm trying to watch this, by the way, while at a meet and greet after doing 15,000 people. So I'm like, my eyes are here, my eyes are there. I'm trying to figure out. But Jason, I mean, was he trying to just prove that jiu-jitsu is still the greatest sport?
I guess. No, I think he was going back to what he's like. He's going back to what he knows, When you get deep in the weeds, you'll go back to the thing that you know the most. And he went back to his youth, jumping into guard. That's pretty wild. It's a bold move, and it didn't pay off.
I haven't seen that in the UFC in a long time. Jumping guard. You don't even really do that when you're just training in the gi. You'd rather do a takedown. Yeah. It's way better to do a judo takedown than just jumping guard.
So everyone's like kind of not going off on him, but like, oh, what are you doing? But at the same time, was he also going for broke? He's down 2 rounds to 0. You got to throw a Hail Mary. I mean,
They go for a takedown. Try something,
Right.
you know.
Don, when did anyone ever try to pull guard with you?
Yeah, when I fought Amari Batesh, UFC 9.
I remember that.
Yeah, he did that. And, that guy was so fucking tough. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Is that the guy that kept tapping, but the ref wouldn't stop it?
No. That was Sam Atkins. No, Amari Batesh went and tapped if he cut his arm off, you know what I mean? And the guy was tough. The guy was unbelievably tough. Had no quit in him at all.
But now, were you nervous when he kept pulling guard of like, oh shit, this guy might submit me?
No. I wasn't impressed with the guard. That's how arrogant I was. So
I'm not sure why that's Aryan, but okay.
arrogant.
Oh, arrogant. I thought you
Aryan.
said Aryan. I'm like, I'm not really sure what.
Arrogant, not Aryan.
Oh, I thought you said Aryan. I was like, what?
That's how arrogant I was when that little Brazilian jumped on me. I thought, yeah, let's go. Let's flame him up.
Did you not think he said Aryan, Bill?
Yes.
Oh, no, Mayhem pissed off the entire 10th Planet community when he said that the defense to 10th Planet is looking up.
It kind of is, bro. Like they were doing everything they were doing, especially if a guy is greased up. Those moves are impossible.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that's the defense I teach my middle school kids because that's one team goes for the headlock every time, a head and arm, every fucking time. And I'm like, guys, when a guy goes for a head and arm, look at the ceiling. Just look at the ceiling, and it's 95% he won't be able to get you. I mean, there's going to be that one kid who's got those great hips, but for the most part, meanwhile, we have this one kid who does jiu-jitsu who's actually really good in my middle school. But he keeps wanting to do jiu-jitsu during wrestling. I'm like, hey, he's like, can I just do jiu-jitsu instead? I'm like, no, this is wrestling because this is what he's comfortable at. And he goes, well, what if he knows jiu-jitsu? I'm like, no, you're not allowed to do jiu-jitsu wrestling. Like, how many times? Yeah.
Here's another thing. Kron Gracie is also a little crazy. I think he's a crazy person at this point. I mean, he left his gym and moved to Montana, and he believes the earth is flat. And he's almost, I don't know, he might have a little bit of Dane Bramage because he's also a judo black belt. So the fact that he pulled guard at the 3rd round, covered in sweat, it's insane. I mean, it doesn't even make any sense.
So Bryce Mitchell, by the way, has a car commercial that people don't really talk about, but I figure we got to talk about it here since this is the show. Okay, so here we go. This is the Bryce Mitchell. Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all, it's Bryce Thug Nasty Mitchell here. I'm the Drive On Time Motors, 900 East Line Road, Searcy, Arkansas, White County. They paid me to be here. These ain't my cars. I don't really care about them.
Jesus.
They got the #1 inventory in the state.
#1 inventory.
Well, never mind, but there is a lot of cars here. There is. Got the #1 prices in the state.
#1 prices.
Well, we can still get you a hell of a deal.
Good God.
Wow.
Smells good.
This is funny.
Tim and Eric video.
I ripped my Tesla with the drill. I had to drive myself to the hospital in my pickup truck. Really wish I would have had the Corvette. I would have made it on time. These cars ain't nothing fancy. They'll get you from A to B. If that's not what you want, you can see your way out.
I like it. That's a good commercial.
Yeah, I love it.
That's a good commercial.
Is that the greatest commercial in the history of?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, that's great. Shit.
So Don, also Chris Weidman lost. I mean,
Oh, bummer.
he got knocked out. Well, he didn't get knocked out. He got stopped. He got ground and pounded. And so did Anthony Smith. It was hard to watch these guys. It's like You know, they're putting him up against these guys who have power. Not that these guys don't have power, but you kind of like when guys are 42, 43, you wish they would almost like that jiu-jitsu guy that what's his name just beat. You wish they'd go up against grapplers in a way because it's hard watching these guys just get pounded with their man. You think they should call it a day, Mayhem?
Ooh, they're gonna make them call it a day, you mean?
Weidman or Anthony Smith?
I guess, but it's hard when money and you got a good name, and I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough. You gotta.
How do you guys know when to call it quits?
Huh?
We don't. That's the thing. When I was a kid and I was watching, Larry Holmes, Muhammad Ali, and Dorton, watching them take fights that they shouldn't have taken, but they're taking them because of money. I said, I will never do that. I would never do that when I get in that position. I'll save my record, or my personal integrity and blah, blah, blah. But then when they wave that fucking money in front of you go, fuck the record. I got bills to pay. I mean, you retire, but the bills never retire.
Good point.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, no, it's hard. It was hard. And then there was also, Chase Hooper looked great against Clay Guida. Cody Durden lost against that guy Vaughn, but that guy was awesome. And then Aljamain, I thought Aljamain won, but then when I watched it again, I'm like, I could see why he lost. I didn't think it was really much of a thing. This week,
this again, bro. You need to send me that link.
Oh, okay. I will send you.
Me too. Yeah.
No problem. Now, there's some fights this week. Colby Covington is fighting Joaquin Buckley. Joaquin Buckley is the guy. I don't know. Remember you guys watched it? The other guy caught his foot, and then he did that like crazy reverse Steven Seagal
back kick. Yeah.
Well, Joaquin Buckley. He's a white guy from Massachusetts, right?
Yes. yes. He's also a part of the Aryan. All right, so Joaquin Buckley and Colby Covington. This should be a good fight.
That's a good fight, I think.
If Colby Covington's, I think, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but as far as fighting, it's almost like success was the worst thing that happened to his fighting skills, because before everyone knew who he was, he would just take all these risks and throw 10,000 fucking punches around. And then it's almost like the last couple fights, I know it was against the champions. He almost felt like he was scared to lose. He wasn't throwing, 100 punches around. He wasn't turning it up. And I don't know. It hasn't been the same Colby. I think he broke his foot or whatever, blah, blah. And Buckley's been on a tear. He's got some serious power. Who do we like in this fight, Mayhem?
But this is a tough ass fight for old Colby Covington. This is a rough one. I don't think he's gonna make it through the first round. Shit.
Man, it should be. What about you, Bill?
Well, I mean, just because Colby Covington's on the podcast and seems like a nice guy, I want to root for him.
Yeah,
they have. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I like Colby Covington. All right. I think that he's probably going to be on a fucking. He's going to be on one because he's lost two. So he's got to. If he loses this one, he's probably going to lose the promotion, right?
I don't know. I mean, it's definitely. I think that
a big star, and he's going to keep coming back. This is just a bad style matchup. I think, like where the guy Joaquin is like got enough power. And look. I would say differently. If Colby would use all of his tools and like fight really smart, I think he could win this fight. And maybe he will. But if the past performance are any indication, like you're saying, he fights very safe now, and I don't think you can do that. I think he has to fight like smart and do some like wrestling, do some wrestling mixed with boxing a little better. I don't know. If he stands and does the normal stuff he's been doing, I don't think it's a good night for him. That's that's my analysis.
Well, Buckley had a funny story in the podcast how he was going against this guy who was an Olympian wrestler. I forgot the guy's name, but the guy was awesome. And he went for like 2 weeks against the guy, and he finally got a takedown. He got it in on a single leg, and the guy did a cartwheel out of it, and Buckley just walked home. I'm done. Also on this card is Cub Swanson, Billy Quarantillo. That's a great fight. Cub Swanson's got to be like 50 years old, but
yeah,
he won his last fight. He's been looking good. This guy, Manel Cape, who everyone was saying was the next big thing from Ryzen, does crazy punches, crazy blah, blah. He hasn't really shown what he can do in the UFC. He's fighting Bruno Silva. Dustin Jacoby's on the card. Michael Johnson's on the card. Drakkar Klose is on the card. I mean, it's actually a good card. And then this girl, Miranda Maverick, who sells pickles.
Really?
Yeah. She's always promoting her pickles after her fights. And she's hot. She's like a hot pickle saleswoman.
How big are those pickles?
You have to be a hot pickle salesman.
What flavor? What flavor are they?
And before we leave, I gotta say, I don't know what the fuck they're doing in it's got to be Poland or Russia, but basically a guy missed weight, so they let him fight with his father against the other guy.
Oh my god!
You guys want to see this?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So should they allow? I don't even know if the father was a fighter. They let his so MMA fighter miss weight, so they let his opponent's 60-year-old dad fight in a two on one. All right, it's got to be Russia or I mean one of those places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw this. Dude, he could have won this fight if he didn't jump to the fucking Dustin Poirier guillotine.
Well, the father also clawed the guy's eyes out.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What was the reason for the 2-on-1?
Because the other guy missed weight.
Wait, the single fighter? Or
Yeah. The guy with the one guy missed weight, so they let the other guy fight with his father.
How much he missed weight by? 155 pounds?
I got to run, guys. God bless you, man.
All right.
Right, take care, sir.
Be good.
Good luck, man.
Don, how would a fight with you and your dad versus the guy go?
Oh, I'd be pissed. If a guy even looked at my dad, I'd go after the son of a bitch, Shit.
I feel like my dad would just be disappointed the entire thing was going on. He'd be like, what are you doing with your life? This is dangerous. He might take the other guy's side.
There's always that, yeah. This is when you didn't listen to me when you were 16 and you wrecked the pickup truck, you dumb battle bastard.
Bill, what about you and your dad versus somebody?
Jesus Christ. Now my dad's 80. I mean, that dad was actually clearly he's trained though.
Yeah.
I mean, he put in the RNC and he's probably, a trained fighter on some level. So
but he scraped the other guy's eyeballs, the eye socket, which is like a dad move. I mean, you go for but I guess if you're gonna let 2-on-1, now all of a sudden you're not gonna call penalties, right? Like, I mean, are you gonna say have to fight fair if it's 2-on-1? Isn't it already like at that point?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think there were any rules in that freaking promotion.
Yeah. Don, are you in the hospital?
No.
Oh, okay. I looked over. Where are you?
I'm at my buddy's condo on the beach in San Diego.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know you were in San Diego.
Pardon?
I didn't know you were in San Diego.
Yeah, I just got here yesterday, last night actually.
Just to relax? Or are you doing a signing or anything? Or?
I'm going to go down to Tijuana tomorrow and get some more stem cells.
Oh, nice.
Oh, for stem cells?
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
Yeah, it's good. You wouldn't even know you're in Tijuana in this one neighborhood. It's like carved out in the middle of Beverly Hills and placed here.
Yeah, well, I think there's actually more Mexicans in California.
Yeah, exactly.
So Bill, what do you got coming up?
Laugh Factory tomorrow night.
Which one, dummy?
Hollywood Laugh Factory, Hollywood Improv on the 19th. And yeah, just staying around town.
Nice. And then Don, what do you got coming up?
Super Bowl Sunday, I'll be in New Jersey doing a meet and greet. And
Nice.
then, yeah, thank you. And I just got a email from my old agent in Japan, and she may have me. She's trying to book for a TV series they have over there.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
that's great.
Yeah, it'd be
I love
like
that.
7 to 10 days worth of work.
Fuck yeah!
You know, you just gotta come down on the amount of money, you know, and negotiate properly.
Yeah,
I love it. This Thursday, I'll be at the Budweiser Gardens in London, Ontario, and Saturday at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. And then next Thursday at the Fat Black Pussycat at the Comedy Cellar in New York City.
The what?
It's called the Fat Black Pussycat.
Holy shit. How do I get away with that? That's not a racist fucking. Jeez.
And then the National Lampoon Yellow Door, December 26th to the 28th in San Diego, and at Temecula Sports Lounge in Temecula on the 29th of December. Well, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. And Don, good luck. Let me know if you need anything. If you follow Mexico.
All right. Thanks, sir. Thank you.